Good morning, guys, and let us continue the previous session. And where we stopped, we are in the last session. We are discussing about the variables, right? So now, can you see here we have two variables? One is first name, and another one is also first name. But here, one is in capital N here, but in other variable, it is all in small letters. And both variables does not same, guys. This variable is different, and this variable is different. But even though I'm printing them, if I print them, what is my output here? I'm getting JavaScript as well as welcome. Now you can see one more situation I'm trying here. Now, for example, these are all the valid variable declaration, guys. Here I written, okay, this is name, and let us go with one more variable called name equal to welcome. So I'm just going something called welcome. So now can you see both variables are same? This is same and this is same. There is no uppercase and lowercase letters in this variable declaration. The variables are same, but one is assigning JavaScript, one is assigning welcome. But if I print name, can you guess what is my output here? So guys, then what is going to happen when we are declaring two variables with the same name? What is the latest value? That latest value will available into the name variable, guys. First you assign JavaScript. After that you are taking the same variable. Then what is going to happen? The JavaScript will override with the welcome, guys. You can run the file, check it. So what is the output you are getting? Welcome. So this is what you are getting, guys. Now, one more situation, observe this carefully. Now I have a variable called name. Now you can observe this carefully. Now I'm not assigning anything to this variable called name. If I print this, can anybody guess what is my output? There is no value for the variable called name, but here we have some value called JavaScript. But in the second line, I'm taking the same way. I declare the same variable, but no value is assigned. But if I print this, what is my output? I'm just checking in the console. Can you see? We can get something called undefined. Oh, we are getting JavaScript. Yes, guys, I think so. We are getting JavaScript, but here we don't have any value now. Maybe the reason we are getting something called JavaScript. I think actually we will get undefined, but one thing, let me remove this, and I think so. Let me check this variable now. You will get something called undefined now. So what is the file, guys? Is it saved? Here, so when we are assigning an empty value, the JavaScript value will overwrite with the new value. What is the new value? Empty value. But if I take nothing here, then what is going to happen? This is working here. This variable is working fine, and now you are getting something called JavaScript. Okay, now, so this is how the values are getting, guys, properly. Right now, let me go with another example here. So when we are declaring two variables with the same name, what is going to happen? The existing variable value is going to override with a new value, guys. That is what exactly is going to happen. And one more thing, when we are declaring multiple variables, for example, I'm declaring multiple variables. Here we are having something called multiple variables. Can you see? These are all the multiple variables I have here. Can you let me copy these variables list? These are the multiple variables. Go to the file. So multiple variables we are having. Remember one thing, guys, here. So why should I use multiple times the var keyword here? Right, so we are using var keyword and multiple times, and this is all the valid variable declarations. Right now, in this situation, you can also do one thing. By using var keyword, we can declare all the variables at a time by separating comma. Right, this is also a valid way, but we are having 5 variables and we declare the variable called var 5 times. Right, then what I can do, we can do something like this also, guys, by separating comma, and we can have the next variable, guys. This is what city. Right, and what is the next variable? We have something called, so put comma, and we can get the variables like this also, guys. Sorry, something went wrong. Right, so here we can remove this, guys, where pin code, something like this. Right, like all the variables we can declare. So this is also a valid way of declaring variable summa, right? So we can declare like this also. Sometimes we may have something like this. Yes, we can do something. At the end of it, we have to keep comma, semicolon, guys. All the variable declaration completed now. So this is also a valid way of doing variables. But one thing, remember carefully, when we are separating, for example, right now I written like this, guys. We need to follow coding standards, right? I told you equal to space and space. After this value you kept comma, after that you have to give some space. This is best practice, after that, after comma and give some space, and comma, give some space. This is also a coding standards, right? Best practice. This is all you have to habituate now onwards, the coding standards and all in the JavaScript. How we can, all the variables are valid, guys. This is valid variable declaration. We can write all the variables at a time now. sorry, var INSTIST institute, right? IN. So this is the variable. Yes, you can print it, you will get the output, guys, no problem, and check it, you will get the output called go php something like. And you can go with some other variable called city. Yes, we can print the variable city also, we can get the output. This is all also way of declaring variables, guys. If you want to print multiple variables at a time, why should I use multiple times var keyword? Not required. Just var variable name value comma separated next variable name value, like this we can give it, right? Now you can get the city also, we will get the same output. Nothing but earlier what we did, this is also valid way, Amma. This is also a valid way, but we need to always follow the coding standards, right? Coding standards. What? So there is an option called single time we can declare the var keyword, and we can assign comma separated variables all at a time, guys, right? That is also valid. This is also valid. This is but this is the best practice as per coding standards, right? We can use this also, no problem, right? Okay, this is all the variable declaration, right? So some type of examples, guys, these are all, right? How we can do the variable declarations and all, we will see. So this is also the way of variable declaration, guys. And some more coding standards I want to tell you here. For example, you're writing some if statement, if something like we will write, right? So this is what we are going to write. Or else remember, this is not correct as for coding standard. Actually, this closing bracket should be available here, guys. This is the standard actually, right? Always remember carefully some of the functions and coding standards. When we are writing, we need to follow those coding standards as well. For example, if open curly bracket close curly bracket, open this, and you have to do something like this, guys. This is what the best practice. Generally what we will do, we can write any manner, no problem. We can write like this also, like this also we can write, no problem, it will work, no problem. But coding standards are there, some of the coding standards we need to follow, guys. That's the reason I'm just saying you how to follow the coding standards and all. So these are the some standards we need to follow, guys. When we are working with something, just we need to follow these standards, okay? Now not only this, guys, you can check with function. For example, you are creating a function. When you guys are creating a function, what I need to do, a function open parenthesis close parenthesis, everything will be there now. So for those also we need to follow some coding standards, guys. These are all exact the rules and regulations while doing something, guys, right? Whatever it may be, say end with semicolon, right? So here you have to give some space here, very important. The space is very important. One space should be there, right? One space should be there, mandatory. If open close, and write some statements here, right? And actually we are giving tab space now. Tab means, what is the meaning of tab? Four spaces will come, right? Here remember carefully, one tab equal to four spaces will come, right? Four spaces will come. Generally you have to make it two spaces only, right? Two spaces only. But this editor may not be support that option, but in other editors will support, guys. Just you have to add the two spaces only. You can check anywhere, just for entering tab, so it will give the two spaces only, not more than the two spaces, guys. This is also one practice for us, right? The next thing is here, when we are writing a function also. For example, you are writing some function function name, for example add function. So open, and this is what you have to take, guys, space here, and this is what you have to write. And whatever the statements you are going to write inside of it also, they need to be follow the coding standards. Some space is required here, the space you have to follow, guys. These are all the some coding standards while declaring something. And whatever the data types, guys, in our JavaScript, data types means integer, float, and all. Whatever the variable it may be, guys, remember carefully. Here, can you see? I have some variables, guys. Institute stores a string value, city stores a string value, pin code stores a number, price stores a floating point value, and status is saving a boolean value. So we don't bother about the data types in JavaScript, guys. Whatever it may be, the JavaScript variable can hold that value, guys. So we don't have any problem here. Just use the var keyword to declare the variable. And while if it is a C language and C++, what we need to do, we have to use something called data type, int C, float F, and boolean something we have to give in there. But here we don't bother. For every variable declaration we have to give the var keyword. That's the thing, guys. So this is how the variable we are going to declare in our JavaScript, right? So while you guys practicing, try to do with some different variables, and you will get some good idea on JavaScript. In the next session also, we're going to discuss about somewhat very clear thing on the variables, and by using operators and arithmetic operators and logical operators. We have so many operators are there. In the next session, we're going to discuss about those operators, guys. This is all about variables, and try to practice.